Happy Wednesday, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here for Block Wednesday on my daily video. So we are down to, we're getting down to the last one for that middle section. So we'll be able to sew up the whole middle section and sew it to the top. So we are going to celebrate today. I called the block ding dong, like your doorbell. So here we go. We're going to celebrate our front doors, our front porches, and you're going to make 2 of these blocks. So I did, here we go. I did one vertical, because there's one vertical placement and one horizontal placement. So let me show you in mine. Here it is hanging up. Now I did the vertical and I wanted to use those bees. So that was kind of the focus fabric for the vertical one. And then on the horizontal one, I decided that I wanted to reverse it and have more dark on that block so I could bring some of the navies down into this area. Because now from this point on, I'm going to be looking at the quilt and seeing like what fabrics do I like. Like here, I had the bee fabric and now I've got the bee fabric over here. And I've got this navy, I've got navy in some of these blocks, and I wanted to bring it way down here. So I need to maybe balance a little bit more. We don't have that much more for the bottom. I'll have to shove this all up next Wednesday. I'll get all this sewn, and then you'll be able to see the bottom row as we build it out on the following videos. But I wanted to show you how things could change. Like for this block here, I'm going to move the camera back. Hold on. Gonna maneuver so I got some table space. So for this horizontal one, I went with the beach ladies because they just make me happy. I like the beach ladies. But I thought originally I had a different fabric I was going to plan for this center strip, because I've used it only once and I want to use it again, and that was the notes. It's a text print. And so I thought, oh, I really like that text print. Now you could, and I thought about this was another way I was thinking about it, was to do this light and then put the navy in the center and then the text print. So that was another way I was looking at doing the colorations. So there's a lot of fun you can have with this. I do have, I think it's a really great scrap busting bonus block to go with this. So here's the bonus block, and it comes in your pattern for this week. I just think that you could go and make a whole lot of these fun blocks. Now I have them all on the horizontal setting for the bonus. Fun, right? So you could go through your scraps, you could make it all different fabrics, you could make them all blue and white. I think that it would look stunning that way. Oh, options, options, options. I really like options. And speaking of that, let me just stick this up here so keep track of it. I thought I'd talk a little bit about how I was thinking through some of the fabrics that we showed yesterday. So let's come down here. So I had the cross stitch, and I had 2 different options that I'm thinking about. Well, basically I think I'm going to go with Morrison Park. But I want to show you why I chose that versus the lattice work. So here is Morrison Park, and that I'm going to use a little inner stripe. I'm probably going to cut it like 1 1/4. And then this might be 2 1/2, something like that, finished. But here was the lattice work. And I think color-wise, the lattice work is really pretty. I really like that. But the one problem is turning the corner. Like when you have a fabric like this, I can do a strip this way and a strip this way, and how they match at the corner is not a big deal. This is just an overall print. But when you have something like this, how it matches in the corner is kind of a big deal. So if I just were to put these 2, laying them here, you know, they might be all weird and not match really nicely at that corner, which, you know, it's okay. But in a little piece like this, with it not matching is really obvious. So that means if I wanted to work this, I really would have needed to do a mitered corner. So that would mean that it would be, one of the strips would be folded like this, and then I didn't cut another piece, I only cut the one. Then the other one would be folded, and that these would then have to match. So you'd have to do some matching here to get, so like, you know, that's not going to match because I'm cutting off all the stuff there. So we'd have to be matching along like this, and it's very doable, but it's also very fussy and a lot of, you know, a lot of maneuvering to figure out for this small piece. And I thought, do I want to spend my time doing this? And guess what the answer was? No, I don't. I don't want to spend my time mitering the corner of this little cross stitch piece. So that is why I did not pick it. But I could have done a cornerstone. Okay, so I know some of you are going, what about a cornerstone? And if you don't know what a cornerstone is, let me just show you. So if you were to do the border, one border and then the other border, and then in the corner where they meet, put a different piece of fabric. So I could have like done the inner border fabric, you could do a white, I could have done a navy, you know, pick something, a gray out of there. But I thought, I don't want a cornerstone for this piece. It's just small. That just would be, I think, more overpowering to it. I wanted to keep it simple. And so we will do Morrison Park. And that will be, hopefully I will get this done by the end of the month, which is only a few days. The end of the month is only a few days. Ah! I have to work on a calendar too, by the way. I haven't done it yet, but it will be there. It will definitely be there by the last day of the month, which is Friday. I don't know if I'll have it sooner than that because I'm working on some other things. So first, before we move on, I want to go back to our pattern for today, our home is pattern of the door, because let me show you, let me tell you a little bit. I wrote a little story in the pattern, but also here is a picture of my front door, which is red, everything red, and on it is a wreath, a free wreath pattern that I have out on my website. And down below I have linked to the free wreath pattern, so you can go down there and print it off. You can click over and print it off. And also, while you're there, please subscribe. Thank you. Then we can be friends all the time. So I think the wreath would look super done up in other fabrics. Like, why don't we do an Americana wreath? I'm just like rolling back and forth here, aren't I? This is a not very professional, but it's how I get back and forth sometimes. real life here in the studio. So the wreath pattern, I thought, why don't I make that up in some Americana fabric? So I got in this fabric. Let's take a look at it. Let's see what it looks like. My chair feels like it's sunk. Okay. This is called American Style. And let's see what you think. Because the wreath is not hard to do. It's really easy and fast. And so I'm thinking you could definitely whip one of those up. Okay. So this actually came with a panel. Did this come with a panel in it? Oh. Look at that. I didn't realize this came with a panel. I don't think it did. I think I stuck the panel in there. So let's look at the panel first, which has nothing to do with my wreath, but that looks like a wreath. Look at that. Super cool. I'll link you to this. I don't know that that's in that package that I just opened. I think I got it extra and I stuck it in there. So I will verify that. But here is this Americana fabric, because I think it would make a great wreath quilt. It might have to add some solid red in there, or something that reads solid red, but it's got these are some great, you know, a navy with stars, and it reads like it's a nice blender, so it doesn't have a high contrast. And it's got these gorgeous ribbons, and then something like that panel. So this is obviously with that panel. And here's some bigger stars on red, and the same stars on light blue. Ah, there's like a bunting. Look at that. It's like a great border fabric. I'm gonna have to investigate what this was that I got. Here's some multi-flag, and stars. Ooh, wow, I like that. The pyramids. And then there's more ribbons. Years ago, there was a great ribbon fabric. I just loved it. And then here's a white, tone on tone with, see that? Oh, it's a white on white it's called. If you get these fabrics, that's what the description of them is, white on white. So I'm thinking if I got some solid red, that this would be a great wreath project. Maybe in May, make a wreath. I'm also, speaking of projects, I'm also working on a list of all the upcoming sew-alongs, because I have some that I'm going to announce really soon. You know, like what will we do for the next Block Wednesday? What will the fabric be? I have a few other, so there's some mysteries coming up with the Fat Quarter Shop that are really fun. And so I'm sort of waiting for fabrics to come in still, but I will have like a little sheet about them when they do happen, so that you can just print that off. I think it'll be useful, and I'll have it all sort of documented, because I'm going to do it for myself anyway, so I might as well do it for you. Okay, so I have a mail call. Reeve sent me these gorgeous yellow fabrics, this happy yellow. I love yellow. I think my hallway upstairs is about that color yellow. It really is. So she sent me this happy bundle from Fort Worth Fabrics. They're a great company. So it's got sunshines on here. Oh my gosh, look at the circles. Those are so cute. And some swirls. And then this great yellow. Oh my gosh, look at these like paintbrush stripes. Those are cool. And some dots. Gotta love dots. And a cute paisley. Looks like it goes maybe with those sunshines. And then another really pretty golden yellow. Ah, Reeve, thank you so much. Mwah! That is wonderful. All right, one last thing. I want to show you these pillows, things for the pillow again, because a suggestion came up about the time that I was thinking of it. Somebody else said it in our chat on the morning when the video first releases. What about using an inner border of navy on those and then the lighter blue? So let's take a look at what that looks like. So if I put the 4, and then if I had the navy as an inner border, there would be like a little inner border, and then the light blue, which is, I'll just pull it down like this so you get an idea. So there it is. So that would be really nice, because it would like pop off and then have this lighter blue. Then somebody else said, what about red? So here is what red looks like. Gotta put that up here, mock it up there. So you can see a red inner border. So tell me what you think. Do you like the idea of the inner border? Do you like it with red? Red's not bad either. I mean, anything Americana, red, white, and blue. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's like, you know, it all works together. So I also think I'm going to do all of the centers going the same direction on this one, because there's a lot going on, and so to turn them just seems like it doesn't add a lot. Also, I want to put the light blue centers opposite, and the ones that have more of the darker blue centers opposite, like that. Okay, so there's, and then here's the navy on this side. Decisions. Okay, that one I'm still sitting on, not because I don't know, although I haven't quite decided, but because I don't have time right now to work on it. I have other things I have to work on. So today you will do your block. You'll do one vertical, one horizontal of home is our ding dong. What's your front door like? What's your front porch like? Tell me when you send your block out. Thank you, my friends. Thank you for being here. Mwah. I love you. See you online.